Today we'll be trying out a website and try to put all we've learned together, and in the process we'll also be learning some other things. Are we together? Can we all see my screen?
Yes, sir, we are together. So I can see it, sir.
All right. So under this main root folder, I want to create another folder that will host the website I want to create now. Let's say sample website, and under the sample website I want to have my details inside. So I'll create a folder, asset, and inside asset I will have my folder CSS, and I'll have another folder JS, and I'll have another folder called images. Then should I don't like the way this guy is showing like this, so that you won't confuse it with this guy. Let me just take this out of this place. Or better still, sorry. Oh my god. Let me just create a new folder in the on the desktop. Okay, it's here now. All right, let's see this website we'll be creating and how we'll be going about it. So this is a website we want to create now, the sample website. I guess it is nice. Hello, are we together?
Right. Yes.
Okay, so this one I'm scrolling is all to be creating. Probably next time we'll be adding these guys to it, but for now, for today, all we are creating just this guy. You can see the responsiveness on each device. So let's start. When you look at this web page, the first thing about web design is to analyze your template or your layout. And how do you do that? You have to understand how components or content are being arranged or structured on a web page. So with that, you'll be able to know how to arrange your own layout and design your work exactly. And it will also help you to know the right properties to use while you are designing your web design. So looking at this website now, or web page rather, now I have a place where I have gravity, about, career and contact, and that particular area we call it navigation bar. So, and when you look at the text, gravity, about, careers, contact, they are actually on the same row, like in a row. So which means that this guy, they are grouped together to be in a horizontal line in the same row. So, and they have the same background, which means that to achieve that I have to put all of them in the same container, probably the div. Then after that, under I have another one. I have a background under showing the phone, the camera and the wristwatch. And when you look at the navbar, you see that the navbar is actually like sitting on that background, meaning that it seems there's a particular div tag that has the background image. And aside that, I also have on the image, or on the at the center, a text and an icon or an image. we are designers and great coders. Then after that I have a buttons altogether. So when you look at this area alone, you see that this image and this, either it might be icon, it might be image, I don't know what they use for now, but we can try to use icon or image, anyone. So now we have a text and the button together, but all of them are actually centralized, so which means that they actually use a property to centralize this content here, and we have three different content in a column. It's not actually together. This picture, the text and the button, they're actually in a column vertically down. So which means that if I will be putting this guy in a div component or container, I have to arrange them in a column, which is opposite to the one they arrange in a row here. So going down, I have another area that is not having background color image, just a white color. Then I have the content arranged. Now here I have a font icon. I mean an icon here, an icon here, an icon here. Now this, when you look at this first content here, is being arranged in a column: icon, text, that's the title or tag, the content, like I mean the text, then the button. Then when you look at this one, it's as if they repeated the same thing for this place and for this place. Then the three of them are actually in a row. Now going down, I have another column here. Looking at this column is like they have two columns, one at the left and one at the right. Then inside each column here, they have image at the top here and they have text at bottom. Then here they reverse it. So which means that if I want to create this area, I will create a central, I will create a parental div. Then inside the div I have two div tag, one for this column and the other for this column. Then inside each div that contains this guy, I will divide the image and the text area. The same thing for this one. So this place now, we have another area that background is black, and we have our progress bar here. I believe that someone should be able to remember this progress bar in our previous class about CSS and the rest. Then here we have our theme, just picture, and when you over on the picture, there is a kind of overlay color on it. So this, we will try to achieve it today. So let's see how fast we can go. The first thing, let me get some pictures. Are we all together?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Space table.
It's about
Okay. Permit me to just use any picture that resemble that. Though that one might not be having wristwatch. So I think this looks a bit like that. So I want to get, let me see if I will get another one that looks like that too. Okay, let me save this one first. Save image, and this one too, it looks darker. Probably it might give us something related to that one. Okay, let me save this guy too. All right, let me check if they have something similar again. Okay, this look nice. Let me save it also. All right, then after that, do they have any other image again? Okay, there are some images. Let me check out accessories. Then let me use camera and wristwatch. On a table. Let me just use this guy and see how it goes. What happened to Google? Okay, I think I found one. Oh, nice. I just want to look out for one picture that would be very nice there. Okay, let's just use this guy because it's having a white background. Save image. All right, coming. Let's use this guy too. So what text is on that place? Okay, I think for now we are good to go. So let's start. I have my assets. I've not yet put those pictures inside these images, but I'll put it now. Let me just copy it. I download. And oh no, I just have two images now. Then let me change this guy. BG, that's background image. BG2. So we have two images in our folder, and okay, inside this parent folder I'll be creating file called index.html. So as we have analyzed our web page, let's start. HTML. All right, then I will change this guy to style.css. Then I don't need this guy here for now. Page sample website. So my body now, let's do the structure. Let's comment out page header here. That's my comment. Then I have my div tag, so I will call this guy, oh no, okay, let me just put it. Then let's say inside here we have our navbar, and we have our div tag for the navbar. So inside the navbar, when you look at the page here, no, not you. Inside this navbar here, we have text here and a text here. So because I want to use flexbox property in CSS, the one we tried out yesterday, so I will be creating two div tag, and I might decide to use, okay, let me just create this two div tag, div, and this one will contain a text. Let's say gravity. Yeah, gravity. And I have another text here. I might decide to use UL, and inside it I might decide to have li and have it in 3 places. So this guy here, I have about or text. Okay, sorry, permit me to divide my screen. No, okay. So here I have which one is this? This side. Okay, I have about careers, and I have contact. Sorry, this guy, because they actually a link, so I have to put my hyperlink here, which is our a, and here I have href. Then since I'm not linking it to any page, I'll just put hash there. Let me copy and paste for this guy too. Then this guy shouldn't be here. I have it here. I have it here. Then this guy, I'll remove it. I'll remove it. So this is our navbar area. So after this navbar here, we have another place here, another div that hosts those guys at the center. Please don't be offended with my word guys. I'm kind of used to that. So here we have our class, and we want to call it navbar. And okay, we don't really need to give this one. So here, let me write a comment to tell us what we are doing here. So this is our header center content. So here now I want to, we have some designs here. So the first one is icon. So I can put div for the icon, then we'll put the icon there later. Then we have another one, test. So for this we are designer and grade coders. Let me decide to use something like H2. You can use any other tag you want. Then for this button, let me use div tag. And what is in there? Install our app for free. Then here we have designer and great coders. I guess this guy is in carburetor. Okay, so this is the structure for this place. And for the icon, there's a way you can always get your icon. For now, we will be using a remote icon, which means that we'll be using a CDN, just like we did for our CSS yesterday for the fonts. So you can just browse fonts icon CDN. Can you see font awesome CDN here? We have Bootstrap, we have all of them. So anyone you want to use, you can just copy. So I have two open now. So this guy has a lot of icons. You can browse them. Coming. So you can see this guy too, font awesome. So you can just copy any of this guy here now and put in our code. So now I'll be copying this code here and put in our HTML tag because we are using CDN. So just put it at the top of at the header here. Let me expand this for you to see it. Do you see that? Just like the way we inserted our CSS, that's how it will insert it. This link here you are seeing here, I actually copied from their website there. So that's it. And to use it now, as you can see it now, let's go here. Hello, are we following? Oh.
So,
All right.
yes.
So to use it now, because it has a lot of font inside, please, that point to off the mic for us. Mute the mic, please. So you can just come here, write font awesome icon example. Do you see that? And one other thing you should be able to do as a developer is how to use Google. Most times you have to use a lot of things, and to be sincere with you, you don't need to cram a lot of things on your head. Just have idea what you want to use and know where to get it. Is that clear? Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
it's only in school they will be telling you don't cry. You have to know everything offhand. But there are a lot of informations that you cannot put everything in your head. So you just have to keep it because every day you are uh, encountering different issues. So these are the fonts we have. For inside these are the library we just pasted in our code now. Font awesome icons. You can see them and their names. So to use any of these now we need a bulb, right? Let me see if I can search this place. Let's see. I hope that will be bulb or lamp. Okay, there's nothing like that. Yeah, let's use lamp. Oh, sorry. It seems this guy doesn't have that particular icon. Let me just use my hand to search through. Sorry, I may not see that quick. I expect it to either be lamp or bulb, but it seems it's not there. Okay, let me just search Google directly. Let me see if it will get font awesome light bulb. Light bulb icon. Let me see if it gets if it's there. Let me go up and search again. Lights. Okay, it's there. This is light bulb O. Can we see that? So
Yes, we
what
can
will I
see.
do? Click on it. When you click on it, it will also show you the sample code that you can paste in your HTML file. This guy is the Leno. So I think we have a sample code here. Do you see the sample code here? This is how to use it. Can you see that? Different sample code on how to use the font awesome icon. So and they provide you the different sizes that you can use. You have FA2X, FA3X, FA4X, FA5X, depending on which one you want to use. Can you see them? So what I would do now is, okay, this guy is open, so you can always get it. Can you see it here? So they have different sizes there. So the one I need now, I just need the code. Okay, these guys are not showing the code here. Okay, I know the code must be there. So this is what you just need. Just click on it and you've copied it. Do you see that? Then go back to your code. So here we need icon. Where is it? Here we need our icon here. So it's there now. Remember, we've already imported our library here, connected our library here using that CDN library that we copied from their web page. And here we put the icon here. Where is it? This is here now. That's all. You don't need more than that. So after that, we have our test here. So let's see what is happening with our web page before we start to apply our CSS to it. Can you see the icon here? Can you see the test? Hello, are we together?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so and mind you, here they provided us with another tag we can add to our bulb. Do you see that? They're actually in different sizes. So which means that you can increase the size of the bulb. And how do you increase the size of the bulb? This page is not even providing full information, but somewhere around there they told us that we can use this uh properties or attributes added to the class fa2x, fa3x. So let's try and use this fa5x in our HTML file and see. So in front of this guy here, I'll add fa5x and save it. Then refresh our page. You can see that is looking bigger. Alright, let's move on. Let's start with the CSS. Now let's first design our navbar with our header place now. So these are navbar. So I will call this div tag here now, give it a class. Then I'll call it header wrapper. Okay, so now I'll open my CSS. So create a file, call it style.css. And mind you, I've already imported it already, even before creating it. So this guy is not actually correct. I have to add assets to it slash style CSS. Okay, CSS, then asset. That's the full part. So I'll go back here, start. So we have our header wrapper, which is the one that contains those information. Then the background, I want to be using background image. So background URL, then what is the path to my image. So I'm using bg1, and that's all. So let's see the changes. Correct. But this image is not actually filling the whole width. So we need image that will fill the whole width without repeating itself, because now if I should do background repeat and put null, you will see that it will not repeat itself again. Okay. Oh mess. Sorry, the value is not null, it's no repeat. Don't mind me. It's no repeat, you put there, not null. Okay, very good. So but we don't really need it to look like this, we need it to fit the whole width. So let me try the other image and see if it will fit the whole width. If it doesn't, then we'll look for another image that will help us to get that done. This is even worse. I think I downloaded up to like 3 images. Okay, let me just look for another image. I'll just look for any image at random now. I don't know. Let me just look for one correct background image. Background image. Let me use this guy. Oh, the size is very small, so I can't use it. And ensure when you are downloading your image, ensure that the size is okay. This size is also small. It's just looking big here, but it's small. This size is small too. This size is small. Okay, this size is a little bit big. Okay, let's see how it goes. I'm not clicking on you, I just want to save you. Office tip. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is small. There's a way you can actually stretch that image, but it's not actually ideal or wise to stretch the image too much. It will not be clear, it will just be blur, and that is why I didn't use it. Oh, nice, 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 nice. This one is small. It's nice, but it's small. Oh, this is very. Oh, this one is also small. You can use it. I hope this guy will not waste our time today. Okay, but this one is. Oh no, you can use that one too. Oh, this is nice. Let's just use this guy. Okay. 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 I even have other ones I've not copied. Cuts. So we are using this. What's the size of this guy? It's very small. Very small. Okay, let me just copy this guy. I think he's. Let me just change this guy to be 3. So in our code here, let's just change it bg3, and let's see what happens. Very nice. Okay, let's move on. So now we've successfully done that, and what should be the height of this place, of this wrapper? So the width will be 100 few widths, and the height I want it to be 100 few height. Then that's all for this guy. So for the nav bar, so we declare this guy. So how do you want it to be? Width to be 100%. Sorry, 100% of the header wrapper. Then we want the padding. Padding to just be like let's say 20 px, if not too much. So after that, the background color, we want it to be a little bit gray. Let me correct this guy here. Just dark a little bit, but not too dark. Okay, so that's all. Then we can set the color here too. Color should be white, FFF. Then after that, we want the div tag inside it to be arranged in horizontal level. Actually, we can use floating and we can use flexbox, but what I want us to, okay, let me use floating first so that we can get it right. So the first one there, let's go back to our code. We have the div here and we have the UL here. So how do we go about it? Then you come back to your code here, then just copy this guy and paste. For that div, I think it will be nice for us to give it a class, an ID selector before, let's just say logo or company name. Then in our CSS file we have dot company name. So inside it we have to float it to the left. Then the width, we make it let's say 45%, and we make the text to align to center. Then that's all. Then we also add a padding to it, padding 10 px. Then after that, the other one is our UL. No UL, we don't really need to add a class to this guy. Then for the UL, let me say ULLI, let's say said we want to remove the listing that you are seeing here. And when you look at this page, you are seeing that about, contact and career, they are actually in a list format. So you want to remove that bullet point and want all of them to be in a straight line. So there is a property to do that. We call it list type, which will now be null. And when you, do you see that? Very nice. Okay, so we want to give the wrapper, which is our UL here, the main class here. We want to give it or should we even put a class there? No, there's no need. Let's use the tag directly. So I'll just copy this guy here and I will remove the li here because the tag I want to put effect to is not my ul, it's not my li, so just the ul. So how do I want to do this? I want to give it a width, and the width should be let's say 50%. So that's nice. So this guy too, the li, I want to float all of them to the left. Why this parents ul here, which is the one that is next to the company name, I want to float it to the right. Why inside it all the li will be float to the left. And I want to okay, then this guy I will be giving it padding 10, just like I did for the company name. That will be 10 px. So let's see how it goes. Oh wow, nice. But something is messing up there. What is that? Let's remove this height. Okay, 20 px. Navbar padding. Do we have height? No. Float left, float right. Okay, then something's actually messing up with us there. Okay, let me remove this guy. Messing up with us. Are you following, please? Hello.
Yes, sir, you are following. Yes, sir, you are following.
So let's give our navbar height, and let's try 150px. That's too much. Let me give it. Okay, let's do something. Box sizing. That box. Okay, I think this is looking nice now. And this padding, let me just remove this padding there. Okay, but the height is still too much. I will return that. Then this height, let me reduce it to 100 and check again. Okay, it's looking much better now. So now you look at it, you see that our about, contact, career, they're actually clumsy together. So we want to separate them. How do we do that? So what we do now is that we give it spacing. First padding, then px. Let me remove this px here. Then 10px. Then after that, okay, no, I want the top and the bottom padding to be 10px, while the left and right now will be second value, and I want it to be like a 30px. I think that's okay. Let's check it out. Very good. Now this underline stuff here, I didn't actually like it. So how do I do it? I want to remove the underline. So what is causing the underline to be showing there is the hyperlink tag that we added to it, which is the A. So what I will just do, I will now say oh my god, list, this is not list type, oh my goodness, I will have text decoration,
Test decoration.
then that will be null. Then oh, very good, you see that. Then the color, now you now change the color to white, and we can now make it a little bit bold. Font weight, let's say 600, and all right, we have it done. So when you hover on it, how do you want the effect to be? Mind you, this is what we are working towards, this guy here. So when you hover on it, how do you want it to be? Okay, I want the border. When you hover on this guy here, okay, let me just use this guy. So I want the border, so border bottom color to be changing. So that will be 2px solid, and let me use what color should I use? Okay, 00 ff and aa, and that would look like a lime color. Let's see how it goes. Refresh. You see that? All right, this is our logo here, and let's do something about that company logo. Coming, see, very good. So here now we'll now be adding padding. Let me use 20px. Very good. And we now have border box sizing, then border box. All right, I hope it's looking nice. Now when you look at the reason why I added that border box into it, if I should remove this border boxing, you see that it will tend to expand itself, and by expanding itself is pulling our navbar here downward, which ought not to be so. But it being the padding is in itself and not outside itself, it will allow all of them to be arranged in a single row. So that's why I added the border size in there. So you see them. Then I want to increase the boldness. to the same thing like the other links. So that will be 600. Now this is just one method of arranging this. There's another easier method using flexbox. You see that? Then if I want this guy background to change anytime I'm over on the company color, I'll just put just copy this guy here and under it here just put over pseudo class here, then the background color, or let me say the text color itself, not saving the background color. I just want the text color to change. So, and see that? So now our navbar is ready, right? Is it not the same thing? Yeah. Are we together? Hello?
Yes.
We are together.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me try and increase the font size. Let me make it tiny a little bit. Our navbar 80. Then the font size. Let me make it 24 px. Then I want the same thing for these guys there. No, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, maybe not. And this guy now will now be okay. Let me just reduce the padding top to be 0 px. Not working. It's working a bit. 5 px. Then for this guy UL, okay, let's say padding top 0 px. Okay, I think it's looking better. So this 24 px is too much. Let me make it 18. Sorry, 18. Let me make it 20. Okay, it's looking better. But this guy is not aligning with this guy very well here. So this bottom, padding bottom now. Let me change the value. Padding bottom to like 10 px and see. Okay, I think this is better. And let me do something box sizing too. Box. This is actually a long way, but I still want you to learn this method. That's why I'm following this method. I would have used that other method, which is flexbox. So our complaint padding here. So I can just increase this guy padding top to be 10. Okay, it has aligned but not very well. Let me increase it to 15. Now, do we see that? Hello? Are we following? Though the thing is not responsive now, but let's leave the responsiveness for now. So this is how it is. So now this particular text here, I can also move it to the left side. Remember that we float all the li to the left, and that's why you are seeing it like as if it's in the center.
Yes.
So I can actually move this one to the
We are
right.
following.
All right, thank you. So I think this is better. Okay, so now for the center content, like we have it here now. So how do we go about it? I wish that we have a dark color like this. Let me see. Sorry for looking for this. Let me use dark. Oh my goodness. We even have it the way it is. I think this will be better. No, this is small. Why is this size so small like this? I think these guys are actually from the same place. Small. Okay, this is a little bit better. Save image. Small. This is big, but the size is too much. If we use it, our site will be very slow. I think we have nothing to do here than to use. Okay, I think this one is also nice. This one is okay. Save image. Let's go and copy it. So let me make this one to be BG4 and this one to be BG5. I hope we are still together.
Yes, sir.
All right. So sorry, my CSS. I want something that is looking darker and just like we have it there. Let me use this 5 and see. Oh, this is nice. Oh, it's not reaching the edge. Let's use this 4 and see. What happened? Okay, not the same thing. I think this is better. All right, let's just go with this one because time is going and I didn't really see something that is looking. This one will work, but it will not give us the. Oh, Father of grace, we've gotten it. It's still loading, please. This will be perfect. This will be perfect. And mind you, this picture we want to use now is actually with a watermark. You can't use in a normal production design. They may sue you for that. So you have to be very careful the kind of picture you get online and use on websites, so that at later time they won't sue you for copyright issue. How this guy will even show? What file is this? Oh, this is not JPG picture. Let's just continue, please, so that I won't waste much of our time. Let's continue. So now we have our page here. So we have this center content to put at the center here. So how do we go about that? So from our design here, we have our center information here, and someone want to enter. Let me just permit me to close all these stuff. So center content, and we also have our content. So for this one now, I will be using flexbox property for it. So the header, center content, then display will now be flex. And sorry, the first thing we do is that width should be 100% and the display flex, then flex direction, we want it to be in a column, all the item inside it to be in a column. And after that, it wants to justify the content to the center. So I want to align all the content to the center, all the items to the center too. That's all. And let's see what happened. Oh, something is wrong. Oh, sorry, I used header instead of header wrapper. Correct. So now our text, we now let's just add color to this place so that all of them will have the same color. Nice. So what is the color here? White. But when you look at our text, it's not actually bold enough. So let me go back to our HTML. So I can decide to use another text other than this h2. So I can use another tag rather. Let me just use b tag and b tag, and at the same time I can decide to use div tag if that's what I want. Let me just use div tag, please permit me. So what I will do here, I will add a class and call it test. Then here I will add a class. Oh, let me just use okay, this is button class and call it button. All right, let's go back. And oh, this one too, class, call it icon. So now we've already established our content there. So I have this one to be test, then I have another one that is button, then I have another one that is icon. Are we all following? So for the test,
Yes, sir.
I want the font size,
Yes, I are with you,
to be 24 px, and the font weight, which is the boldness now, to be 600. Then for the button, I want the text font size to be 20 px. Then I want the font weight, so I want to enter, to be 500. Oh, sorry. Then I want the what's it called? And then that's okay for this. So for the button, when you look at this button here, you discover that their button is actually round, like it's curved at the edge. So which means that we have to use our border radius property to make it curve, and I'll be using 30 px for that. Then the background color too is this color. Let me see the color they use, the text color, the font color. Okay, it's also white. Okay, the font is not actually bold, but let's see how it goes. Okay, you can see how it appears, but something is wrong. It's not, the text is touching the side. So how do we go about that? Let's change this guy to the padding now. Padding for the top and bottom, let's use 10 px, while for the side let's use 20 px, and let's see how it goes. Do we see that? Very nice. But this background color, background picture is not dark enough, and that is affecting the way it looks compared to their own here. Let me see if we can get something that is very dark. Just now these pictures are just okay. Let me tell Google the size that I need. 2000 by 1000. Okay, he has gotten one for us. Hello, are you following?
Yes.
Okay, did anybody see how I got the size now?
Yes.
Okay, I think I've gotten one. I just want to look if I will see another one. Don't mind these people. Google is not smart enough to give me that. Oh my god. Alright, let me just go and copy that. I think that should be better than all these ones. This guy spoil it all. I wish this guy can just extend itself. Okay, let me just allow it to repeat. Okay, let's leave it this way as the thing has repeated itself. I think this is looking better. So when you look at this guy here, there is actually a space around this contents here. You can see now they are not as clumsy as that. So how do I go about it? We are designers and great coders. So let me copy from our work the other day. So I want to copy the font we use, the font style we use. Where BOOTCAMP? I know we use one font that day. CSS. So let me see. Oh, sorry. Font style. That will be Poppins. How am I doing that? Please pardon me. I made a mistake here. Font family. So now to add spacing to those guys here, so we now put padding in it, the video on the one at the center, that's the text. Margin top, and I want that to be, or better still, let me just use margin directly. So margin top and bottom, I want it to be the same thing, 30px. Then why the margin at the side 0px? I don't need that. Let's see how it goes. Nice one. But mind you, the one we see here, these tests will actually break into two lines. We are designers and great coders. So how do we go about that? You can go to your code and do that. So you can just use break here. Sorry, let me check the place where the one got broken. Okay, after designers. So that will be br tag. That's all. It will break it at that point. Then in our, I want to increase the font size of the text. Where is it? To something like 32 because it's very bold, and I want to make this color to be a little bit deep. Okay, and nice. How does it look now? I hope it's looking better. Hello.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So anytime we hover on this our no, it's still not up to their size, but we'll fix that later. So anytime we hover on this guy here, on this button, we want the color to change, though their own is not actually showing that. And you should observe something here. When I hover on it, the icon actually change, the mouse icon actually change to hand here. Do you observe that? From a pointer to a hand.
Yes, yes,
So how do we go about that?
yes,
There's a CSS property to achieve that. So inside our button here, you now write your pointer property, pointer, and when you do that, sorry, you write cursor rather, cursor, and you have different cursor properties. But the one we want to use now is pointer. You can see pointer, progress, and we have the one like cancel and the rest. So but the one we want to use now, you can see no drop. They all have their own effect, but the one we want to use now is just pointer. Let's see the effect of this cursor pointer. So when I hover on it now, do you see that? Do you see it? Hello, are we together?
yes, yes, yes,
Okay. So if
yes.
you
I
use no
can see.
drop, there is this way it will appear. We also have not allow. Can you see what changed to? Like a disable area. So that's the effect of no drop, cursor no drop. And if you use not allowed, it will show you an icon. Do you see that? So but what we just need now is pointer. Okay, so we are good to go. And for our icon, you want to give it margin top. Margin top to be like 30, or let me just use 50 px. Okay, I think this is nice. So but the way this text white color is appearing at this light area is not actually appearing very well. What can we do about that? Is there anything we can do? Yes, we can make the area to be a little bit darker. That's the center content background color. So background color, then we'll make it a little bit transparent too. Oh, okay, let me just over on it and get another one. Okay, I think this dark is okay. So I will now change this RGB to RGBA for transparency, and that will now be what's it called, 0.5. That's the half transparency. Do you see that? Hello.
Yes, we can see.
So
We can see.
I can as well make the height to be 100 few height. Do you see that?
Yes,
Though it's
yes,
not
yes.
sitting very well, but just like it's manageable, but not sitting very well. So instead of this, let me just make it to fit to content. Fit to content. Let's see how that will go. It's not actually looking nice, but it's better. So this one is not actually necessary for now. All right. So let's say we are done with this now, which is the first area here. I think we are done, right? Are we good to go?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
we
the
are
Yes.
good
next
to go.
area there now is our this area that is white here, where we have the list of the things they do: fair play, creative art, and the skill there. So now, how do we analyze this area? We have icon, we have the title here, or the header, or anything you want to call it. Then we have a brief content here, and we have our button. So how do we go about it? Let's create it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have about 4 components in a column. Then we now have it in a row. So how do we go about it? Let's come down and create it here. So this our header wrapper here, we are through with it, so we can collapse it and create another one under it, which will be let's say our core value. And inside this our core value, we have a div that will wrap those informations. So we can call it class core value wrapper. Okay, so inside it now we have three div for each core value content. So since they have the same property, so we can actually give them the same class core value. So just then inside here we have the first one to be icon. So div class icon. Then we have the other one, which is the head. Let me just use a tag here, h2, and that's let's add a class to it and call it title. Then after that we have our text. We can use paragraph for that and call the class text area. Then after that we have button. So div and call the class. You can see the way I'm structuring it before even adding any content into it, like text. So call it button. Alright, so since all of them we have almost the same thing, so you can just be through with one before you proceed to the other one. So now icon i2. So what type of icon is there? Here we have I don't know the name, so we have to open our photon sum again. Or okay, for okay, I think it should be here. The name of that guy, I don't know it. So let's proceed. And so for this one now, I will be copying the just like we did here. Just can copy this one and change the name. Where is our icon here? Where's our icon? Okay, this is it. Remember that this icon is together with this I tag, so when you are copying it, don't forget that. So I'll paste inside here. Then I will now change the name. This is far light bulb, so I can change the name of this guy, but I don't know what it is now. So let me check their site for what it may look like. I hope I will see this thing fast. Okay. In order not to waste our time, we might decide to use any icon later. But let me see if I will see it or not. Okay, since I don't see that icon and I don't want to be wasting all my time on it, I'll just look for something that looks similar to it. Okay, this upload looks similar to it, so let's just use this guy, upload.
Welcome to Gridiron Services. We're a company that's part of the EJ group of companies, and this is a brief video just to show you a few features of the developer portal. So I'm going to log in here. Workbooks uploaded as part of, say for example, training that I've been on, they would appear here, and if I've uploaded any CVs, they will put in your daily rate expectation and complete the fields, In preference, we would
here,
CV button if you don't have your own Word or PDFs to work with us. So please read through the instructions carefully. It tells you the process. In summary, it's if you've got a CV that shows enough skills in at least 2 tests, Gridiron the opportunity to work on some of our projects. Looking for developers for, see what it looks like to you guys. And I would advise you to have a look there.
And in the button they have read more. Very good, we are good to go. So after you are done with this guy here, just copy this core value div tag and repeat it here, paste it. So the only thing that changes there when you look at this design here is just the icon and the text here. So this one is called toggle button and this one is called, I think that should be cop or trophy rather, trophy. So we have trophy and we also have toggle. So toggle on. So we go back to our code. This guy here will now be trophy. That's the name of that icon. Then this guy here will be toggle on. Very good. So and here we have this one to be creative art. Creative art. And the second one was the test. Oh, ski feature. So we are true. The next thing to do now, let's check it out how it looks. Can you see that? It's looking very ugly. And mind you, you can as well apply color to your icon. But let's just style it first to make it look the way we want it. So this guy, we start with this guy first. Copy value wrapper. So under here, the first thing is that I want the width to be 100%, 100%, and we want the height. Let's just use auto. Height to be auto. Then you want the display to be flex, so that it will give us the ability to arrange them in a row, and the flex direction to be row. Then we want the content to be justified to the center, and we want to align the item to the center. Then at the same time, anytime the screen is collapsing, we want it to wrap. Alright, so we are done with this guy. Then it means something, background color, we want it to be white. Okay, so after that we have our core value itself. Remember, the core value is the one that has contains the icon, the button, and the text. So, and those things that are arranged in a column. So just copy this flex here and paste it here. And the flex now will not be row again; it will be column. And every other thing will remain the same. So let's save it. Let's check it out. Can you see that? So another thing is I want to give it a width. So width of our core value now will be, let's say, 300 px maximum. Can you see that? Nice, looking nice. Okay, let's give it a margin top. Margin top and bottom, let's say 30. Let me use 30 px, 30 px and 10 px, and this guy here should have padding, let's say 20 px, and let's see how it goes. Alright, but this our icon is too big. Mind you, we are using in our file, we are using F5 FA5X. So instead of this guy, let's just use 2x and see how it goes. Oh, it's only this guy I changed to 2x. Let me change this guy to 2x. Hope you are following. Please, if you are confused at any point, call my attention. Can we see that? Can you see it now?
Yes.
So the only thing remain for us now is the button and the color. This guy color, the icon color. So we can now come to our style CSS here. Copy this guy because every other things we want to do is inside it. Then icon dot icon, then the color should be this let's use this deep color or make it light a little bit. I think it's okay like this. So after that, the what's it called, the button is also the same thing. So use width. Okay, there's no need of defining the width. Let's just define the padding. So the padding top and bottom, which is the first one we are declaring, you know, it will be two value now. The first value will be for top and bottom, while the second value will be for the left and right. So for the top and bottom, let's use 10px, and for the left and right, let's use 30px. And for the text, let's use now there's another way you can actually control how your text looks like. Now when you look at this button here, the text is capital letter, so you can actually control that one from your CSS, and you can use a property called text transform, capitalize. That's all. Oh, we've not set the background to black, background then to dark color, but this dark is not actually a pure dark color. So let's see what we can do about it. We increase it a little bit. Okay, now let's check out. Very good. So the only thing we have to change here now is to change the text color to white and to make the edge to be curved. I hope you all know how to do that. Someone suggest what to do to make the edge to be curved. Hello? What will I do to make the edge to be curved? Huh?
Border radius.
Border radius, correct.
Border radius.
So very good. Can we see it? It's looking the same thing, right? We are getting it.
Yes.
All right. So the only thing now is to create some space around it. And when you look at the way our text is appearing, it's aligning to the left. But when you look at this design, the text actually aligns to the center. So how do we go about it? We centralize it. So now we'll copy this guy and arrange our text for the text area. Now we have dot
Text align.
yeah, area and text align center. Okay. Okay, very good. It's aligned now. Now the size we gave to this guy is kind of too much. Let's reduce it to 250 so that the text can, oh nice, not too nice. Let me reduce it to 200. Okay, so then after that we give it some kind of margin. The reason why I want to give my margin to the text is because it's the one at the center here. So okay, the margin at the top is already okay, so I'll just give it the margin bottom so that it will create a space between it and the button. Margin bottom, and that will be, let's just use 50 is too much, 30px. So then after that what else again? I just go back and check. Oh my god, looking very nice. You see that? See how it work. So you can as well create spacing between these guys here by giving your curve value here, probably margin around it. So the margin of curve value here, what is it? Okay, we just add 30 ps by 10 ps, so we can just give it the same margin. So let me just use 50 now. I hope it will not be too much. Oh, nice. Hello, I guess we are there, right? We are getting there. So when you look at
Yes,
their text
yes.
color here too, the text color here is not totally dark color. And when you look at their text for the title here, it's actually capitalized. Each word is capitalized. So let's go and achieve that. So we go to our, oh, we've not declared our title here. So let's just declare style for the title. Let me declare here. Then title. Then the text transform. Don't forget text transform. To change to uppercase or lowercase, use text transform. Then in this case, we now use uppercase, not capitalize. Uppercase. It will change the first letter of the words to, oh my god, this is not what I want. Uppercase, capitalize. That's what I want to use, not uppercase, capitalize. Alright, fine. This is what I want to use. Then this one here, in their own design, they actually use capital letter all through. So since we are following the same design, we have to change this guy to capitalize here. Our, where is it? Text area. Oh no, button rather. Where is our button? Okay. Upper case. So, and we want to make our color here to be fainter a little bit, so we can use 55. 55 will give us something that is not too dark, and if the thing is too fainter, we change to 33. Okay, I think this is nice. Yes, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's still readable. So, but another thing is that when you look at their stuff here, the way it appear a little bit bolder than our own. I guess is the font. Our font is not yet affecting the whole design. So what can we do? Instead of putting the font family inside our wrapper here, the header, we want it to affect the whole page. So we just copy it. Where is it? Font family. Okay, it's at the top. So we just copy into the body of the page. So we declare our body here, body tag, then put it here. Remove this guy. Okay, let's check it out. Alright, we've gotten our font. I hope it's looking nice.
Okay. Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Alright, so after this, now we have another column, which is this, right? Please, I hope we actually following the way I'm analyzing this, each content and the layout. So once you can analyze the layout
Yes.
of the web page, you can design anything. So we've got in this place and this place now, but let's this one is not having over effect on the button. The only thing that is showing just this plus and minus. We'll not be doing that now, but let's add our over effect to it. Enter over on it. You want the color of the text to change, of the button rather, to change to outline button. Where is our button? Okay, so just copy this guy here and add your over pseudo class to it in front of this button, colon, then over. So what do you want to show whenever you over on it? You want this background color to disappear. So we now copy it and change it to let's use white. You can still make it transparent, but permits me to use white. Then our border color, now we now want it to have a border color of 1 px and to be solid line, and the color to be the background color we use here. And mind you, since we have changed the background color to white, that means that our colors should be changed to white too. Sorry, our color should be changed to black rather. You see that? So but the outline color is kind of too tiny, so you can increase it to 2px. See that? So but whenever you over on it, the thing just shaking. Let me use a box size in 2 to be border. Oh my god. Okay, let's just leave that guy for now. Okay, so the next thing we are doing now is the next area. So let's analyze the next area and see how it goes. So the next area here, oh wonderful, I didn't actually take note of this. Now when you over on this area, you see that the thing is kind of showing a shadow under here. I don't know if you notice it. Hello?
Yes.
Please be responding as I'm asking the question. So what they actually use to get this effect is called box shadow. So we now go back to our CSS for that particular, this particular one. Now you are actually hovering on the main div tag here, which is our main core value wrapper. So that's where we put our box shadow effect. So let's go up. So inside there now we put something called box shadow to get the shadow there. So this shadow, we have it actually takes like 4 properties. So the first one will be for the side, that's left and right. The second one will be for the top and bottom. The other one will be for the intensity, but let me just type it out first. 0px, let me use 5px. Then the intensity of the shadow will be wide, so let's just use 10px. And after that, let's use the thickness of the shadow, 5px. And the color of the shadow now is black, but not too black, not too dark. So let me use AA. A is not too dark, a little bit lighter. Sorry, this is when you over on it. So it's not inside that guy, you put it directly. It means that this guy will have over effect. So let me just copy this guy now and put it here. So it's until you over on it before you see that effect. We won't be able to see it now until we create another div under it. So let's just move on. I'll show you how this one works later. So the next one is to create our new content area. What can we call this guy? Let's see what is inside it to know what to call it. Okay, we have design code, the perfect toolkit. Someone to suggest what we can call this area. This place we call it core value. So what can we call this place now that is not called value? Okay, let's call it toolkit or toolkit area. That's my comment before starting it. So now when you look at that area very well, as I've analyzed it before, we have one div container containing these two columns, this side and this side, and inside each column we have another 2 layers, which is picture and the text. So let's do that. So the first one, which is our toolkit wrapper class, that will be toolkit wrapper, and inside it we have 2 columns, that will be 2 div, 1 and 2. So let me put a comment here, left column and right column. Then inside of my left column I have image. Okay, let me see the way the image appear. Okay, let's give it a div first. So we have 2 div, one for image and one for the text. Div, which is image, so we can now have our image here. Then we have our text div, you can call it let me see how the text appear. We have in our text we have the title and we have the text, which is paragraph. So we now have this one to be h2. and have the other one to be paragraph. Okay, so let's give this class image wrapper, and let's give this class content area. Then I think that's all. Then for our image here, let's look for image assets. Image, what type of image do you want to even use here now? Oh my goodness. Okay, oh no, let me use another thing. That's one image we downloaded the other time. Okay, let's just use this guy. All right, so now you copy, because they look alike. When you look at this area here, this side and this side, they look alike. The only thing that is different is just the picture and the text, but the design looks alike. So let's just copy this guy now. Sorry, let me copy this text here and paste it here, and the text here. So in real life projects, this kind of design will be designed by UI UX design for you. So you just replicate what UI UX design with your code. That's what you do. Don't mind the way I'm just breaking it. I don't like the way the thing just extends to the whole. Okay. All right. Okay, now. So this is nice. So after we are done with this, let's just copy everything inside this left column and put it in the right column here. Then what we change the picture, and we also change the text. So modern black office copy photographs. Okay, let's just use that guy. I hope it will not be dark. Let me check self. We have one BG2. Okay, BG2 and download. Okay, let's just use BG2 and download. No, BG2 and I stock. Okay, before I use this one, then the other one will be BG2. So for this guy here, let's use BG2. Okay, so for the test, let's go and copy the test here. Perfect toolkit. Please, are we still there? Hello? Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just to confirm, I'm not the only one here. If you have any question, please do ask.
Okay.
All right. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake here. Someone wants to join again? So let's refresh our page and see. Can you see this? It's not looking nice at all. This is what you want to get. Now, let's start. So the content area here, sorry, the left and the right column is inside our content area. Mind you, we still be using flexbox for this one to make it faster. It's better than using float. So I'll copy this class here, which is the main wrapper, the main first div wrapper for the whole content there. So dot, and I will just let me go and copy that display stuff so that I will not be they need to run over again. Copy this guy here. Sorry, yes, copy it. No, let me copy this one. Copy this guy here and drop it here. Then after that, okay, it's in row now. Very good. So we now have our dot toolkits. I think we use. Let me check. Oh, we didn't have it. Just have it that way. Okay. Okay, we have to style each area. 1, 2, image wrapper and content area. So how do we go about it? me check this thing again. All right, so for this one now, how do we go about it? How do we style it? So we have image area, image wrapper rather. I've actually made a mistake of this, omitting the dots. So now, toolkit wrapper, the image wrapper inside, how do you want it to appear? So the first thing is that we make the display to be, the width rather, to be auto. Okay, let's say auto, and the height auto, or the width rather to fit to the content. Or not, let's just leave it for now. Then padding, let's make it to be 30px. Then after that, we copy this guy. We want to as in style the image directly. Then img, the image tag directly. So we use object fit. So we want it to be contained, and after that, the width, we want it to assume the width of the parent div, so that will be 100%, and height to be auto. So then after that, what else do we have? We have our content area. So copy this guy here. Are we still together?
Yes, we are together.
Yes.
Content area. So this is our content area. Now you know it's paragraph. So how do we want it to appear? Let's just say padding 20px. And when you look at this, our div here is the one hosting these two guys, and these two guys must appear in a column. So we have to go back. So we copy this guy here. Let me just before we start writing the image wrapper, div, mind you, okay, let me just use a class so that we will not be confused. So let's use a class. You can use this one to be left content, and this one to be right content. So let me copy this left content here. So here now I want to style the left content. So how will it look like? Just copy this guy here, display, and put it inside there. Display flex directional will now be column instead of row, because I want the image and the text to be on top each other, like to be in a vertical position. So it will be like that. So after that, justify content center, align content center, very good. So the same thing, because I still need this same effect for the right content. So the same property, you can just put your right content together. The only thing I will separate it is just the comma. That's all. So let's see how it goes. You see that? But the guy is still messing up. So don't worry, it will soon be clear. So now another thing here, toolkit wrapper. Let me check this out. Toolkit wrapper, then left content, then right content, and inside each one image wrapper, content area. Okay, let's go back. So here now, inside our right content and left content, where we have, inside our image wrapper, where we have the image itself. So we don't want the image size to cover everything, so we want to contain it inside this image wrapper. How do we do about that? Use overflow hidden. So it should adjust itself to this div here. Okay, something is wrong in our tag here in our CSS here. Someone should help us fix out. If you can see it, toolkit wrapper content area 20px and the width. Okay, we didn't define the width. Okay, let's define the width to be flex. Now here, now just put your flex to be 1, flex position 1. So what does this 1 means? It means that the left content and the right content, we have 50% of the 100% of that parent div. So that's why we use flex to be 1, just like dividing the width to be 50%. Good. Can we see that? Hello?
Yes.
Thank you.
I see.
So, but when you look at this guy here, the way they design it, the content is not too close to the side. So we can add some padding to our tool wrapper here. So that will be padding left and right. So for the padding top, okay, we can even use the same padding itself. Let's use 100px. I think that should be enough. Very good. Do you see that? So another thing is, we also want to add some padding to it. Padding, and the padding should be, let's say, 50px. Very good. Can we see that? So another thing we want to achieve here is this picture is too big compared to the one we have here, so we have to contain it. So another thing we do here, we can declare the height for this. Instead of using auto here, we declare the height for it. So what should be the maximum height? We don't need more than 300px, and the width should be auto there. So let's check it out. Can you see that? So now another thing we can do with the image here, instead of using the contain here, we can actually use fit. Rather, see, we make your that field is not actually working. We still have another one, so you can try it out. You get okay. Change the height and the oh, very good. Can we see that?
Yes.
Okay. So another thing is, we might even increase. We might even add the width to this guy here. Let's make it 80% of the parent's width. Okay. Alright, so the next thing to do now, when you look at this guy here, is just because we are not viewing it on a full screen. Let me see how we can just view it on a full screen. Coming. I think there should be a way this guy should be able to do that. Okay, let me just close this guy. Alright, so we are getting it. I just leave it that way and continue with what we are doing. Or better still, let me remove this guy and okay, we've already declared. Okay, let's just continue this way. So now another thing is that when you look at the way this picture appear, the one at the left side, the image is appearing at the top, while the one at the right side, the image is appearing at the bottom, and the background color is different from the one at the left. So let's go and adjust that here. So just copy this line here. So then remove this left content so that we can apply the changes to only the right content alone. Let me admit that person. So inside here now, we now have our background color. To be a little bit gray color. So just go up. Okay, I think that should be nice. So let me reduce it to F3. Let me just use this guy. Okay, so and another thing is the arrangement of your components inside it. There's something we call order property. So the order property now, the image here now inside this content now, just copy this guy and then you put this image wrapper here. You know, the image is the one that is showing first, because in our arrangement the image comes first, image wrapper comes first before the content area. So there's a way we can actually rearrange that by what, change this image area order, like the position to the second position, by using the property called order. So the place where it currently is now is just 0 position, so we can switch it to the first position. That will make it to switch. Can you see that? Hello, can we see this?
Yes, very
So
nice.
it has
Yeah,
what? It has changed their position.
change.
So because the position starts from
Yeah.
0, 1, 2, 3 like that. So and we only have 2 components or 2 tag inside our arrangement here, which is image wrapper and the content area. So the image wrapper here is taking the 0 position, while the content area is taking the 1 position. So if I want to rearrange it, I will just change the order of this one to 1 and the order of this one to 0 from our CSS. But once you change this order of this one to 1, this will automatically change to 0. Do we get that? So that's what I
Yes,
did
yes.
in this place where I changed the order here. Where is it? Order here to what? To 1. Only the image wrapper div alone, and it switched it for us. But I don't actually like the way this guy is showing here compared to the way it's shown here. So now when you look at it, also the background here is like fitting to the background of the of this right side of a thing. So how do we do it? The image we got, oh very good, let's just switch this image. The image here is fitting to this background, this one is fitting to this background. So let's just let's change them. This guy here, remove this guy here, remove, paste. Alright, I think they should be aligning very well and fitting very well. Nice. But one more thing, our background is not the same thing with our image background. So how do we go about that? Just inspect your page. After you are done inspecting your page, this particular, you right click on the page and you click on inspect. Now we are in our image wrapper here, and this is our right content. Now where is the background? This is the background color. But we want to change this color to the main image background color. Just click on this guy, it will pop up. This, you can see it's pop it off. Then you click on this eye drop icon to select a particular color anywhere on the page. So I want to select the color of this image now. You can see everything has blended together. Nice. Oh, not totally blend. Let me look for another area. Oh, I think this guy actually have a gradient. Let me look for another area there. Oh no, this is not even good. Alright, I think this is better. Let me just copy this. That's F6. Okay, so go back to your code where we have that F what? I think we use F7 or F8 the other time. Right content. Okay, we use F3 and F1. So this one will be F6 and F6. Okay. Oh, wonderful. So I think this is nice, right? So that's how they got those arrangements. So remember, when we over on this guy, the what's it called, the shadow, is showing here, but we want the shadow to be showing here. Now another thing we can do, there's a property called Z index. The Z index is just a property to show to give priority to which container will be at the top or will be more visible, just arrangement. So for our core value here, we add Z index to the offering property here. So Z index, I want it to be 100, so you should bring it at the top anytime I move on it. Okay, but this guy is C on top. So let me go back to this toolkit area. I will make the Z index to be 10. Okay, it's not showing very well, and it's as if it's not even reaching the edge. Something has happened here. Our toolkit area has affected our main width. So let's go back to our body here and declare overflow hidden, because the thing is actually overflowing to the side, which we don't want. Better. Oh, I think we ran into a problem. We can't scroll again. The overflow we want is not for the scrolling, it's just for the X, the left and right side, not for the way up and down. Okay, can you see that? So everything is actually doing well, but this particular shadow here, this is not where we want it. We want the shadow to be at the bottom. Oh my goodness, I will still have to remove this guy. Let me remove sorry, our core value. Do we even put something like that there? Are we still together? Oh, it's now the time to
Yes,
close.
we have to get.
Okay, sorry, just to complete this here, the thing is extending beyond. Okay, I've gotten it. Is this guy here? Let's put box size in so that it will not be increasing our size border box. That's what is causing the problem, because when you look at the side here, it's actually extending beyond the other one, so we don't want that. Oh, nice. Now it has been adjusted. Then same thing with this guy too. So let's go up for our core value area. The border size in there, sorry, the box sizing should be here too, so that it should not be affecting our work. Then the height, okay, I think it's okay like this. Oh, I think the effect is not yet there. So for the wrapper too, I think this one is also having a padding. Yes, okay, it's already having it. Which other one? Okay, height padding, it's already having it. Height, width, anywhere we use that padding and we don't use border sizing, we have to change it and put it there. Okay, it's here. Margin, not there. Okay, because I'm seeing something here coming. You can observe the page very well. You see that this guy here is showing at the side, and we don't want it to be displaying this way. We want it to be displaying. Okay, let's just inspect it. So these are core value area. Then which area is this one here? So which means that one of these guys is actually extending beyond normal, and that is our header here. Okay, it's actually our header area that is causing the problem. You see that compared to this other area. So what do? We have to curtail that. Let's go to our header area here and do overflow X. always put overflow X, since we are not dealing with top and bottom, just left and right. So this one will now be hidden, so that any of the components inside it that want to extend beyond the normal width, it will cut it, it will not allow it to extend. Okay, it's still showing there. So let's reduce this guy to 90. If I use 95 now, MC 95. It has spoiled our work. Then better use 100% then. Very good, it has adjusted. So, but you still be noticing some kind of lines, like white lines around there. Is because of our body. So to remove that, just come here, margin 0, just put 0, and your padding, we don't want padding, 0. And we remove it. Can I see this? Hello?
Yes, we can see.
Oh, God bless you. I love that response. So now, after this, the other one we want to achieve. Okay, the time has already gone, so we have to go and sleep now. So we have this. Should we continue or stop?
Continue.
Should we continue or stop?
We have assignment too.
Okay, all right, let's just stop here till tomorrow, where we'll be continuing the class. So tomorrow we'll be adding some effect to it, like the one you are seeing at the side, but before then we'll complete this page. So I believe we all learned something today, and it's kind of becoming interesting, right?
Yes.
So
really interesting.
I don't want anybody to be complaining, how do we do our assignment again? I believe
we try.
There shouldn't be any complaint on that again.
We will try not to complain.
Hopefully.
You can see it. It's looking nice. Looking nice.
Very nice.
So that's how you design web page. And when you try to collapse it now, let's check the responsiveness. The only one that will not respond very well is our header, our navbar that we use floating for. But by tomorrow we'll change it to what's it called? We'll change to display flex, like flexbox, instead of floating. Can you see that? How it's adjusting itself. You see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
You see that?
Wow.
So this is the only thing that
we'll
find a way to handle tomorrow, and we'll also find a way to handle the padding. There's another property we can use to be doing all those things. Alright, it's tomorrow.
Okay.
So that some people will not like
this
man. Alright, any question before we go?
Sir, it's concerning the submission. I think tomorrow is kind of early for us, especially we working class. So I don't know how you're going to extend it for us, and I'm sure most of our course mates too might likely to have the same challenges. So I don't know how we're going to go about that.
Okay, is anybody supporting that?
I concur.
Supported.
Yes.
It is well.
This echo,
Okay. Tomorrow
so maybe they should in the group.
My own assignment is radio.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I love that.
That person has been coding before. That person's not the first timer.
So okay, no problem. So when do you think you can submit it now?
Maybe in 10 days time, like they say.
No, I trust them. It's just because of their work. I trust them. Okay, let's say.
No, I'm working too.
the deadline should be Thursday.
Thursday.
That'll be next tomorrow.
O- Okay, Thursday. All right.
Thank you.
The
Thank
I
guys
have
are.
a question. I have a question. I have a question. I have a question.
Okay, ask your question.
Sir, please explain that property you call flex
The flex box property.
to be one. Flex to be one.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
Okay, take for example you have maybe three component or div or tag in a particular inside a div or inside a particular tag, and you want to arrange them. You want them to have the
Hello?
same spacing. Oh, sorry, I actually moved my mic. Sorry. So let's take for example you have like 5 to 6 container inside another container. When I'm using container, I'm actually referring to a tag, and you want them to have the same size, and you are using the flex box for the parent, like display flex for the parent. So if you want them to have the same size, then you use flex 1. So which means that if they are 10 and the width of the parent is 100, then the size of each container inside that parent container will now be 10% of the 100% of the div container. Do you get now? That's
Oh,
flex 1. So if you use the flex to be 2, then it will be like 20%, but it will adjust itself to the main parent container. Take for example you are having 2 now. You have 2 containers inside another container, and the parent container is 100%. So the first container inside it, you put it to be flex 1, and the other one you put it to be flex 2. The one you add flex 2 to will now take about 20%. Let me say 200% of the don't let me use the word 200% now. It will be 2 times the first container that you use 1 for. And if you add the flex,
yes,
if you
sir.
increase the value to 3 or 4, it will multiply it by 4, the first container that you put 1. Do you get it now?
Okay, sir. Yeah, sir. Can you explain it using images like a picture, 2 pictures that are into different divs?